Okay, guys, I am back. It feels good to be back. Sorry for not having a podcast the last 2 days. Sorry for not having the Monday Night Football podcast. My apologies, guys. My apologies. I really do. I was traveling, forgot to bring my laptop, forgot to bring my microphone. So stuff happens, but I'm back home, back doing the daily podcast. So let's get into it. So it's pretty cool today. Today's games, the Tuesday games, this is the start of the NBA Cup. So for those of you that don't know, the NBA rolled out a in-season tournament. Last season was the first year that they did it. This will be the second season. It's the same format. From everything that I've heard, it is the same format. Essentially, every team is in like group pairings, and then the top four teams from each group. So I guess there's like gosh, I forgot what it is. Yeah. There's I forget, guys. I think there's three groups, and basically the winner of each group goes, and then the second best overall team that wasn't a group winner makes it to. So then there's four teams that go to the playoff end season tournament, and then the winner. Every player on the team gets $1 million, and then the runner-up team, everybody on that team gets $500,000. So kind of like the angle that you look at, like, a team like Indiana last year was a perfect example. They had a lot of young players on the team, and they were, an up and coming team, kind of a rising team that had talent and had a lot of good youth too. So like they were all on, first year contracts. They hadn't gotten a lot of money yet, so that end season tournament for the Indiana Pacers last year meant a lot. So they took it very, very seriously, right? So we kind of want to identify those teams and try to look for, young teams, a lot of young talent on first way contracts looking to make a lot of money. So, that's how I'm approaching it, and that's how I'll kind of be looking at these games. Not that the other teams don't care, like the teams that have a lot of veterans on there, they're making a lot of money. I think a lot of these, because look, the Lakers won last year, right? And they had a lot of veterans on their second year contracts, third year contracts on that team. So it meant a lot to everybody. So I love this NBA Cup. I made a lot of money on this NBA Cup last year, and I'm hoping to do the same. I'm hoping to do the same this year, guys. So let's get into it. Let's start it off. So the first game is the Atlanta Hawks at the Boston Celtics. Sorry, guys, it's late. I'm like powering through this podcast because I feel bad to get the other ones out. So injury report. DeAndre Hunter's out and Trae Young is out. So Trae Young got ruled out, and I immediately released on my Twitter Atlanta Boston under 236. I think it's at 228 right now. I'll look for everybody that's looking or listening to the podcast. And so yeah, follow me at Twitter. That's where I release all of my official plays. It's at Easy Money Wins. Just like it sounds, guys. Easy Money Wins with an S at the end. So yeah, this totals down to 228.5 now. And the spread is up to minus 15. It was minus 13.5. I feel super confident that's going to go under. I don't know. I don't know about 227. I mean, it's down at 227.5, 228. I mean, the thing is, I don't know if the Hawks score 100 points tomorrow, even if their defense is like really bad. And the reason is because of this, is that Boston plays at Brooklyn on Wednesday. So, like, Boston's going to want to win this game just because it's the NBA Cup. But, I doubt that they play, like, heavy minutes. That and Jason Tatum's questionable. Al Horford's questionable. And they kind of did some, like, rotating on back-to-backs last year where, they would have, like, a platoon green and a platoon white, like, so to say, and Jaylen Brown and Porzingis would play together one night, and then Horford and Tatum would sit out, and then they'd rotate on the back-to-back. So they have a little bit more injuries this year, the Celtics. So I don't know if they necessarily do that, but Tatum being questionable, he really might not play tomorrow. So I wouldn't take that as like, hey, he's been playing, he's going to play. Especially Al Horford, he might not play for sure. So and, the way that Brooklyn keeps winning right now. Brooklyn, that a game against Brooklyn is going to be more important than a game against Atlanta, in my opinion. I think Brooklyn's going to finish higher in the standings than Atlanta. So, you know, just thinking out loud on that one. So, but basically, what I mean is like if they have a game on Wednesday, the Celtics, they might just get to a comfortable lead and just kind of coast out. So, like, I don't know if they're going to cover that minus 15 and a half, minus 15, because they might just get up to like 15 points in the fourth quarter, like 4 minutes left, and then just kind of cruise, and like maybe only win by 10 or 8 points. So, I'm probably going to stay off of the full game spread. I do think they come out fast, though. I think they freaking trash them in the beginning. I think they freaking go guns blazing and like win by 8 in the first quarter and win by like 15 in the first half. So I'm most likely going to be on the Celtics first quarter, first half. They've been really good in that role. And with the back-to-back situation, I think they come out fast, and I think they put Atlanta in their place, especially without Trae Young. I don't know how that offense is going to function without Trae Young. So that's my thought on that game. Let's go to the next game. It is the Miami Heat at the Detroit Pistons. Let's see what the spread is down to now. So we have the spread at +1.5, +2. There's some +2s out there for the Pistons. Over under is at 218, so 218.5. And the Heat will be without Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is out. Everybody else looks healthy for Miami. And let's see, this is everyone else is healthy. Jalen Duren, the center for the Pistons, he hasn't played in like a week. He's questionable. So I didn't think he was going to be able to come back this fast. Maybe he does. They've been playing decently without him. So I don't know. They are off the loss to Houston yesterday, the 1-point loss to Houston yesterday, after they had basically like a 1-point win the other night against, I forget who they had that 1-point win against. And this is the first of a back-to-back for them as well. They play at Milwaukee on Wednesday. So just, something to think about there. Miami's off until Friday, so they have Wednesday, Thursday off. So, they'll be more rested or rest conscious in this game. If they need to go heavy minutes, they'll go heavy minutes. And they had a huge win to snap their 3 or 4 game losing streak at Minnesota the other day. They won by 1 point. So that was a gritty win, very gritty win by them. So, and the other thing is these two teams played on October 28th, and I was on this game. I had Detroit plus 8.5, and they covered the 8.5. They lost by 8 at Miami. So, just giving all this context to all you guys listening and watching me on YouTube, Detroit's alternating the wins-loss. Miami coming off a losing streak, but snapped it. Jimmy Butler out. That is the Miami Heat are so comfortable with that because they've dealt with that. This team is comfortable not playing with Jimmy Butler, so I don't think it's that huge of a deal. I would love to know Jalen Duren's status, because if he plays, in my opinion, that's really big. It's really big. I think the line will flip to Detroit being a favorite, a small favorite. And I think Detroit's on the precipice of kind of asserting them as a serious team. I think they're like at this crossroads right now. Like they're 4-7, kind of had a slow start. Now they've won like 3 out of their last 4 games, I believe. They have a chance to be like a 500 team, in my opinion, or slightly below 500. Like that, like have a chance to compete for the play-in. Not a in-season tournament, but like the actual play-in at the end of the season, like for the playoffs. So these are the games you have to start winning. You have to start winning these games. Like in my opinion, they have enough players there. They have enough talent there to go toe-to-toe with the Heat. They're at home. NBA Cup. This is a big moment for the Pistons. This is a big moment. They have some belief around themselves. They're learning how to win games that, they didn't win a lot of games in like a long time, this group. So like they're finding ways to win. Turn the page, turn the corner, Let's go, Pistons, win this game. That's what I'm thinking. They have enough shooters there. Miami doesn't have Jimmy Butler, even though, Miami's a very well-coached team and they're going to give it a really good effort in this game. I lean Pistons. I don't know if I'm going to bet them. If Jalen Duren's ruled in, I might get there with the Pistons, but it's hard to discredit the Heat because they're so well-coached and they know how to play without Jimmy Butler, and they're just very good group of players. So, and this team's not going to lose a lot of games, in my opinion, or they're going to win more than they lose. So, it's a tough spot. It's a tough spot. I do lean under here, under 218.5. The Heat play slow games. Pistons play slow games. I really think I'm going to get there with under 218.5. And again, follow me on Twitter if I get there officially, but I'm feeling that one, guys. I really think it's going to be a low-scoring game in that one. NBA Cup, intensity up, just like in the playoffs. The playoffs, the points are down in the playoffs. Like a lot of games go under. The pace gets slower. They're playing for something. This stuff matters. It matters, guys. Especially for a team like the Pistons. Again, like I said, Pistons are a younger team, right? A lot of guys on their first contracts. An extra $1 million would mean a shit ton to them. So, don't think that this doesn't matter. This shit matters to the Pistons, guys. All right. Okay, next game we have the Charlotte Hornets at the Orlando Magic, and guys, I don't know why this line is -6 to the Magic. I mean, I know the Hornets have played well their last 3 or 4 games, but I mean, the Hornets don't have a center. They're starting Taj Gibson, who's like 40 years old and not even like 6'10". So the Magic have tall people. So they're going to control the glass. I mean, I have no idea why this number is so low, guys. I think the Magic are going to smoke them. The Magic have finally gotten some home cooking. They've won and covered the last 2 straight games after having like a 5-game losing streak. They're on a 5-game homestand right now. This is the 3rd game of a 5-game homestand for the Magic. Magic are in rhythm. They've been blowing the 2 past opponents out. And so you're saying like what the Wizards were like -12 or -13 point underdog. I mean plus 13 point underdogs. Are you telling me the Wizards are 7 points worse than the Hornets? Like, I don't think so. I think they're like almost the same team, almost essentially. I mean, the Hornets are a little better than the Wizards, but like a 7-point move. It kind of like raises my eyebrows. Like is somebody out for the Magic? Is somebody hurt? Because I would have this line at like -10. That, I mean, at least -10. So I'm gonna be on the Magic for sure. I see a little bit of money coming back on that -6. I see some -6.5s out there right now. So yeah, I'm gonna be Magic first quarter, first half, full game. I mean, they've been cashing tickets for me, so. I'm going to be on them. They're just clearly the better team. Like, clearly the better team. I have... And they're in good form. I mean, yeah, the Hornets are... Okay, so get this, right? So the Hornets, they beat 3 bad teams. Or teams that, like, have issues, right? So they got the Pacers in a sleepy spot. The Pacers were off some, like, really good win against the Magic or the Knicks or something like that. Okay? And then... I'll still give them a little bit of credit there. They took care of the Pacers, but still, like the Pacers are an immature team. They're a young team. They don't know how to like get up for every game. They don't. They proved that last year. They alternated wins and losses like all the time last year. So now you're getting like, and then the Hornets beat they almost beat the 76ers, but the 76ers are a mess right now. They're not in good form. And then they beat the Pistons without Duren. And when the Pistons were off a really good win. So like those 3 games that they played close recently, if they're not like super impressive in my opinion. That's not something like to hang your hat on. Like, okay, Hornets, like you guys are like keeping it close. No, like Orlando's the far superior team. Wendell Carter Jr. is still out for them, and then for the Magic, and then Trey Mann is questionable for the Hornets. But other than that, like. Everybody that's been playing is healthy and able to go. So I'm going to be on the Orlando Magic, no doubt about it. First quarter, first half, full game. That over-under is at 211, 212. And I kind of lean over in this one just because I think the Magic score. I think the Hornets defense is going to be so bad and that the Magic are going to be able to control the paint so well that they score a lot of points and blow them out. Let me see here. Though the Magic on a back-to-back. I think they are on a first of a back-to-back. They play Wednesday at home against the Pacers. Yeah, the Magic, this is the first of a back-to-back. They play the Pacers on Wednesday. So, I mean, that is a little something to look at. I still like the Magic. I don't understand that line. That line's way too low. All right, guys, let's go to the next game. I'm not gonna bash the Hornets too much longer. Um, okay, this one's interesting. Got the New York Knicks at the Philadelphia 76ers. The over under is at 217. They're already liking more points in this one. I don't fully understand that. And let's see, the line is at -1 for the 76ers. So Joel Embiid is back. He's officially going to play in this game. Paul George is healthy. Everybody's healthy for the 76ers except for Tyrese Maxey. Maxey's still out for an extended period of time. So Kyle Lowry's going to run the point. Let's see what else. What else do I have in here? They broke the losing streak last game against the Hornets in overtime, so they finally broke their 7-game losing streak. They also play Cleveland at home on Wednesday. So this is the first of a back-to-back for the Knicks, but they got Embiid back. But again, how much Embiid plays, I think he plays around 30 minutes. I don't think he probably goes above that with his first game back. So, that is something to think about too. This is also interesting because this is the first game that these two teams have played since the Knicks eliminated them in Game 6 at Philly in the playoffs last season. So, there's a lot of things working for Philadelphia here, right? At home, NBA Cup, playing the team that kicked you out of the playoffs last year. There's some motivation there for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's just they're not in good form. And then now you're throwing Embiid back in there. And it's how long is he going to play? Is he going to look good? Is he going to be sharp? Is he going to be ready for game time? This is the first game he's played in since the Olympics, it's a big change. It's a big change. And, it's the first time him and Paul George are playing together. So, there's a lot of factors. Is this just going to be some smooth operation for Philly, first game back? I lean no. I don't know if we're going to bet New York because there's just so many great things happening for Philly in this game, but I do lean New York. I am considering it. So New York is off a loss to the Pacers. On the road to the Pacers, they did not look good. They're at home Wednesday against Chicago. So for both of these teams, this is the first of a back-to-back for them as well. The Knicks have not looked in great form recently either. They've lost 3 out of their last 4. They're pretty healthy, except for Deuce McBride is questionable now. I lean under just because of everything that I said. Philadelphia's been an under team this year. The Knicks aren't in sync that well. I don't necessarily understand the over money and the first of a back-to-back for both of these teams. Usually, it is the NBA Cup, but I don't know how many players are going to be playing 36 minutes in this game. The Knicks, those players play all the time. They play 40 minutes, no problem. So we can probably expect that. But the 76ers, I don't know how long they play. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's the NBA Cup. They're probably going to get into it, so we'll see. Probably be a really good effort, but I still like a lot of defensive intensity. I do lean under that 217. I think I wrote that down on my notes too as a potential play. Yeah, I'm going to write it down. I like the unders tomorrow in the playoffs. Those unders were hitting at an insane rate, and it's because the intensity's up, guys. The intensity's up. They slow the pace down in the second half, and yeah, that's what happens. So, all right, that's my thought on that game. Let's go to the next game. Man, guys, I don't understand why this line's so high. I wish it was lower. I really do. It's the Toronto Raptors at the Milwaukee Bucks. So the Bucks are without Damian Lillard. He did not pass concussion protocol. In fact, sorry guys, I gotta look this up because this doesn't make any sense. With him being out, they don't have a good point guard. They don't have a good backup point guard. Yeah, it says Damian Lillard concussion protocol ruled out for Tuesday. That was 2 hours ago. So -7. I'm mad, right? I'm mad too because I don't want to bet the Raptors. I want to bet the Bucks. They're 2-8. The Raptors are 2-9. The Bucks have Giannis. They have more aspirations. They have more expectations. This is a critical game for them, not just because it's the NBA Cup, just because this is a team they know they have a chance to beat. But Do I think that they're going to win by 8 or more? Not really. I mean, the Raptors have like a lot of their team back. The only player they're missing is Scotty Barnes. Like they have Jakob Pertl, they have Emmanuel Quickly. Well, Quickly's questionable, but he's been playing. I think he plays. R.J. Barrett, Grady Dick's been playing well. They got Davion Mitchell. He's been given good minutes. Like they have, and they play hard. They never give up. So no Damian Lillard. So you're gonna have like Pat Connaughton, Gary Trent Jr. He's probably still questionable. He didn't play the last game. Bobby. I mean, I don't know, guys. It's hard to lay 7 points with the Bucks right now. And then, like the crazy thing is, like honestly, the way everything's, you know, the trends have been going. The Raptors are due for some ATS losses. They are like they're like leading the league, leading the association in ATS covers. Like that's not sustainable. And then the Bucks are due for some wins. So I'm mad about that line, guys. I probably will for sure bet the Bucks first quarter, first half for sure. The total is at 228. I lean out Damian Lillard. Are they really gonna be able to score a lot? I don't know about that, guys. I mean, the only thing is that the Raptors don't play good defense. The Raptors like to push the pace and tempo and all that too. So it's a weird total for me. I'm probably not going to play that, but I want to play the Bucks. -7. It doesn't feel right. So um, I most likely will for sure play Bucks first quarter, first half. So I'm gonna write that down. I don't think I wrote that down. Yeah, Bucks first quarter / first half. They'll come out the gate strong. They will. They did last game against Boston, and they almost beat Boston. So they'll probably come out the gate strong again. Okay, let's see. Oh, scheduling spot. I don't think I went over that. This is the first of a back-to-back for Milwaukee. Like I already touched on, they play Detroit at home. And then for the Raptors, they're off until Friday. This is their last game of a 5-game road trip. And then, they've lost every game on this road trip. So this is the last one. We'll see. We'll see, guys. It's an interesting line at -7. All right, next game. We have the Phoenix Suns at the Utah Jazz. And the line is +3, +3.5. Some books, the total is at 230.5. There's no Kevin Durant, so no Kevin Durant for the Phoenix Suns. And for everyone else, well, actually, Nurkic and Beal had X-rays done, so that's something to look at. I mean, if I'm not like crazy if Beal. I mean, I am kind of KD out. Every other person being out matters. Like you don't want to keep having more players out, especially starters. So if Nurkic and Beal are out, and it's just Devin Booker, Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen, Josh Jacoby, or whatever. I don't even know the other backups like Eubanks. I don't even know them off the top of my head. I can only look at the Jazz here. Now the Jazz, Keontae George, I don't think he played last game, and they still beat the Spurs outright as a 7-point underdog. So if Keontae George doesn't play, it's not the end of the world. This is their first game back from a 4-game road trip. I don't think they've played a home game in November yet, the Utah Jazz. Let's see what else. This is the start of a 4-game road trip for the Suns, so kind of like contrasting home away dynamics for both of these teams. One team starting a 4-game road trip in the Phoenix Suns. Jazz are coming home, and like usually I don't like to back teams coming home off of a 4-game road trip or longer, just because like I don't know, it's just something about like coming home and you got stuff to do in your personal life. There's a lot of stuff going on. So, but again, I kind of rule that out with the NBA Cup, and especially the Jazz. This is a younger team that's going to be excited to win some money. It doesn't matter what your record is. If you just play well during these NBA Cup games, you have a chance to go and make money in the championship game. So, it's going to mean a lot to the Jazz. Is it going to mean a lot to the Suns? Not as much. A lot of those guys got a lot of money. So, I mean, they're still going to play hard. The Suns did play well in the play-in tournament. The in-season tournament last season. So they played well, so they're going to probably play well again. I mean, that's just my opinion on it. Let's see. They're home Thursday, so no back-to-back for the Jazz. Let me see. Oh, no. Sorry. Oh, no. The Suns are on a first of the back-to-back. So they play at Sacramento Wednesday, but the Jazz are off. They're home Thursday against Dallas. So they have some time. So this is a good spot for the Jazz guys. Especially if Nurkic is out and Beal. I mean, if one of those two guys are out, Beal or Nurkic, I mean, if both of them are out, I'm definitely going to be on the Jazz. For sure going to be on the Jazz. Like first quarter, first half, full game. NBA Cup, young team, they're going to be ready to go for this game. They're going to rise to the occasion, guys. I know they are. I know, and I've been making money off the Utah Jazz and underdog rolls this season. I've been knowing to pick my spot with the Jazz guys. I'm telling you that's a spot. If both those guys are out, that's a for sure Utah Jazz spot. The total is 230.5. A little bit of under money coming in. I mean, I want to know what Beal's status is because with Beal, I mean, with KD being out, Kevin Durant, Beal's going to take on a scoring prominent role. So if he's out, then it's like really, a team effort scoring the ball. And I would lean under 230 there. I would then. So, yeah, that's my thought on the game for Phoenix and Utah. Let's go to the next game. Oh, man, the next game I want to bet so badly, guys. I want to bet so badly on the Trailblazers. I just don't know if I can get there with it. I think they shot 4 of 35 or something from three-point range yesterday on the loss to Memphis. The Trailblazers did. They've been playing awful, guys. Awful. But everyone's healthy for them. Literally, they've had, even Shadon Sharp is back. So, everybody's healthy for Portland. Then they played well before, these last 3 games. They were winning games. They beat the Clippers outright. They took Phoenix to the brink. They've played okay this season in stretches. So I know it's in Portland. I know they can do it. They just lost to Minnesota on Friday really, really badly. They lost by 30 points to Minnesota. So these two teams are playing again after they played on Saturday. And then the other thing is they play on Wednesday again. So they're literally playing each other 3 times in a week, in less than a week. So, I can only look Portland here. NBA Cup. They're going to be motivated. Not to say that Minnesota's not going to be motivated, but, I just wish this was a double-digit spread. I feel like it should be. But I don't know. I still think I'm going to get their full game at the +9. If not, that over-under is 220.5. I might take Trailblazers team total over. What would that be? 110, 104.5? I don't know. That's kind of hard to trust because Minnesota wants to play defense. Trailblazers want to play defense, run slow. But I just think the Trailblazers bring a huge effort tomorrow, guys. And I think they really, really try to, win this game, get some momentum for the NBA Cup. It means a lot. So I am leaning the Trailblazers, guys. I am leaning under 220. But again, it's just I know that the Trailblazers are going to shoot better, guys. They are. Is it going to be enough to, get over their team total? 104.5? I would think so. I would think, but I mean, this pace might be super slow. So, let me see their last. So they scored 89 points, 102 points against Minnesota the other day, 105 points. And then, yeah, I mean, they don't go over 104, 105 points very often right now. So, man, it's hard to bet the Trailblazers, but I'm telling you guys, that is the side. And then even say that the Trailblazers get blown out tomorrow. Oh, then, we're definitely taking them on Wednesday because then Minnesota is not an NBA Cup. They have no respect for the Trailblazers. That should be a spot where the Trailblazers have any pride, they come out and they win that. So Hopefully the Trailblazers cover tomorrow because I want to bet them tomorrow. I probably will get there. But if they don't, it'll be a really not fun play to do, but I'll probably take them on Wednesday again. That'll be uncomfortable, but I'm telling you guys, I feel very strongly that that is the play. All right, last game on the board. It's another good one. Man, if you're an NBA fan, it's a great day to be an NBA fan. I'll tell you that right now. Last game is the Dallas Mavericks at the Golden State Warriors. This is the first game that Klay Thompson comes back to Golden State. He is he's like, I saw his post game press conference the other night, last night after they lost to Denver, and he was like, I'm not that excited to really go back. Like, I don't really care. Like, it was kind of disrespectful to the fans, honestly. Like I get it. Like, you're mad at the front office, you're mad at Coach Kerr, for like the role that he wanted you to have if you stayed at Golden State. Like, I get all of that. I get that you're mad, but like, show some appreciation that you're excited to see the fans. Like, the fans love Klay. So come back, show some appreciation to the fans. Like, they're all wearing, they're gonna give out, all 18,000 fans are gonna have like a captain's hat, like a boating captain's hat, because like Klay used to take his boat to the arena before games. That's how he would travel, and he would wear his like captain's hat. So, like, my goodness, man, this guy is so bitter towards the Warriors, and like, I get it, but come on, man, like take yourself out of it. Like, Clay's super competitive, so he's locked in. He says he's locked in. It's just another game. It's not another game, man. It's not another game, dude. Like that shit's gonna hit you tomorrow. It's gonna hit you. So you have that aspect, right? Going. I'm telling you this right now. The Warriors are very competitive. Um, Very much a lot of those same guys on the team from last year that play with Klay. They want to beat Klay, guys, because Klay was kind of a cancer in that locker room last year. He was a distraction to the team. He was throwing like little fits because he wasn't starting. Like, multiple guys had to like meet with him, like, hey man, like, just like, let's do what's best for the team. Like, he was not having it. He was pissed. And like, you can see this year the Warriors are playing a lot freer. They have more depth. People are being benched, started. Like, there's multiple different starting lineups all the time. Like, no one's throwing a fit about it. No one's getting upset about playing time. Okay, so like, this Warriors team is gelling, and they want to kind of. I'm telling you guys, they're gonna want to like shove it to Klay. Like, nah, forget you. Like, even though they love him, it's a moment as a competitor. Like, nah, we're better off without you. Like, good riddance. I'm telling you guys, Warriors love him, but they're gonna go for blood tomorrow. And on the other side, of course, the Mavericks are going to try to win this for Klay. Of course. This is a big moment. He made a big decision leaving the Warriors. So, like, you don't think that, like, the Mavericks are going to, like, rally around, like, hey, no, we got to win this for our new brother. Like, we really got to go out there for Klay and win this. So, this is a really good game, just competitively. It's going to be really, really highly competitive. Obviously, NBA Cup, and then just all the emotions going around the Klay Thompson situation. And, yeah, so the line's -2.5. Over under is 232. There's been some over money coming in. And I do lean the Warriors, guys. It's kind of tough because the Mavericks aren't in great form right now, but they've been losing closely to really good teams, to the Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns. They've lost 2 in a row to them. And they've lost 3 out of the last 4, I believe. They play at Utah on Thursday. The Warriors play Friday at home against Memphis. So, clear rest spot. No one's looking ahead to Wednesday. Everyone's focused on this game. This is a beautiful NBA game. Oh man, such a good NBA game. I can't wait to watch this game tomorrow. So, I do lean the Warriors coming together at home. They care about the NBA Cup a lot. Not to say that the Mavericks don't either, but this Warriors team is like rising to all the occasions. Like, seriously, like, I mean, they ran into the Cavaliers, but that was after a very satisfying win, and the Cavaliers are like on a whole nother level. Like, the Mavericks aren't on that level right now. The Mavericks are still trying to find out their team chemistry, all this stuff. I think the Warriors blow them out almost, guys. I think the Warriors like really flex their muscle. Like, no, we're like very, very legit this year. Don't mess with us. I think I'm gonna go Golden State first quarter, first half, full game. I really think I'm going to go there, guys. I'm asleep on it, but I'm definitely leaning that way. The total feels a little high, but then again, like such a competitive game like this, uh, I think the focus is there. And when the focus is there, I think shooting goes up. And I mean, defensive intensity might go up too, but I don't know. A lot of emotions in this game too. Might be a lot of jitters, but then I don't think there's jitters in this one. I don't think anybody's nervous about this one. I think it's a different type of emotion. I think it's kind of like no, we want to beat you, and like that's a different feeling. That's not a tense feeling. That's a controlled focus feeling from both ends, which in my opinion would lead to scoring. So and would lead to higher shooting percentages. So that's kind of how I'd view that. I kind of do understand the over movement, the slight over money right now. So yeah, that's all the games, guys. Again, I apologize. I apologize for missing the daily podcast. I'm back. The daily podcast is back. Follow me at Twitter at Easy Money Wins for all my official releases. Like, comment, retweet, subscribe on YouTube, all that jazz. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's win some money.